So try correct them, and the first thing them do is tell you to go wash your dirty locks.
We are entering the winter season in Jamaica, and that means that we are getting a lot of rain. This makes visiting the river after a heavy rain very fun because the river course changes and everything looks renewed. Sometimes there's a new pool to play in, but the best thing for me is that the river is gushing, and that's great for washing my locks. My work is cut in half. There's only one thing I don't like. There isn't enough sun. And I love a good sun charge before going into the river. If you're curious about why I like to wash my hair at the river, it's simple. It's all natural, no chlorine added. The water is very different from water that is stored and running through pipes. It's more than just a shampoo for me. It's a crown chakra cleanse.
The rain is coming, so I'm gonna have to move really fast with this again today. Coming like last year. And the same thing may end up back in as when it happened last year. The same exact thing that happened last year is what's happening today. I am trying to run from the rain. Obviously, November is rainy season, right? So it's been 4 years since my Freeform Loc journey, my lock journey. I just gave it a wash. This might be the last wash for the year. And before winter solstice. So it's a nice cleanse. A nice end of year cleanse. Usually I let it dry a little before I put oils in there, but I'm just gonna spray it first with the coconut hibiscus moisture mist. Right? I did change the formula in this a little bit. I took out the fragrance and made it just the essential oil, the sage essential oil, because I think some people didn't like the fragrance. The rain is coming down. I wonder if you can stay right here. So another coconut tree found waterproofish. So you can see how it goes. I'm already wet, so I'm running from the rain. It's been a beautiful journey. I have a really healthy set of locks, really thick. It has grown quite a bit. I think last year I was at armpit length. Let's compare last year to this year. I think that's enough spray, right? Last year I was about here. Now we're down here. So I'm just gonna share with you a few things that I think might be important for you to know when you are starting a lock journey, particularly a Freeform Locs journey. It is a beautiful journey because it is full of so much unknown. You don't know how the locks are gonna come out. You don't really even know how to start. You think you have to do something specific to start, and I really didn't. As I've told you before, I just left it and allowed it to lock how it wanted to lock, and miraculously I got the thickness that I wanted, and I'm happy with it. Very, very happy with it. What you should do though is be certain about this. Be certain about the thickness that you want, right? Because you won't be able to change it later on. And why I say this, especially to the front, right? Because the only thing that concerns me now is this one. It's a little thick, and the thicker they are, the heavier they are. And so because of that, it's gonna weigh on your roots, right? And so this is right at the front. You know, you're talking about the edges. And I am very fussy about my edges. I don't want nothing to take with my edges, right? So I'm concerned about this part right here. So I'm watching it very carefully. And I will put castor oil on it very often to make sure that it's looked after. And I make sure I don't put too much pressure on it, especially when I wrap my hair, and sometimes I try not to wrap my hair too much either, because that puts a lot of tension on your edges. I think I told you guys that before. Make sure about the thickness that you want, because right now, if it comes down to it, I'm not going to cut this, but I will have to split it and separate it and make it two. But I don't know, I never split it when it was joining, because I wanted thick locks, so I just was leaving it. But I didn't think about the fact that it is on my edge. For anybody on a lock journey, whether it's Freeform, Sister Locks, any kind of locks that you have, oil and water are your best friends, right? You don't want to put creams in your locks at all. Those things help to rot your locks, and you don't want to lose your locks. You want to take as best care of them so that they last you all your life, or for as long as you want to have locks. They are healthy, right? So it's better to use oil and water. Those are easy. They won't clog up your hair. They won't clog up your pores. They won't create any problems for your locks in the future. So yeah, just liquid and oil. That's it. I suggest that you invest in head wraps. It helps as your hair gets longer to keep it off of your body, to keep it protected. As your hair gets longer, it gets harder to wrap. It takes more time, takes more effort. You may end up, but I've always been funny about head wraps. So I will do a head wrap like multiple times before I get it exactly how I want it, right? So that's just me. But it does get more difficult as the hair gets longer. But I still feel very free. I don't think about my hair as much. It's one of the most freeing things that I've ever done for myself. And I don't want to think about how I'm going to style my hair, how my hair looks. I don't care about what other people think. And the people on, it's funny. Let's talk about how people respond to my hair, because people, especially on TikTok, when they're offended by whatever it is that I have said, one of the first things they do is go to my hair, and I always wonder, why do they have a problem with my hair? But clearly, this is intentional. So it could be that I have a problem. So it don't make no sense you try to insult me about my hair, because I love it. It's just ridiculous. Friggin' ridiculous to try and offend me about my hair. But it happens often, when if I'm at the bank and I get into it with somebody, because I'm sorry, tax office, bank, these places, I get irritated a lot, right? So when people are doing foolishness in these spaces, I will say something, and so it creates an argument. But we have these bad habits as a people that need to stop, and if nobody don't tell us, we don't change. You know what I mean? So I am the one who is telling people, like, it's crazy, and right now this is not making the situation better, what you're doing. The first thing them do, and you're not try to insult them or anything, you just try to correct them, and the first thing them do is tell you to go wash your dirty locks. Like, you wouldn't know it's my locks is way cleaner than my locks cleaner than the fucking mouth. I think people who wear locks should really show appreciation more to Rastas, because they have gone through a whole lot of oppression. Even what happened to Rastafari in 1963 in Jamaica, Bad Friday. What happened to Rastafari, where they Busta Manti sent out his agents to go and get Rastas from wherever they were. Them time the Rasta used to live more in the bush than they do now. You never see Rasta in a town like that, right? And trim off a whole heap of them locks, right? There's a whole heap of persecution Rastafari I go through, you know. And the one thing that makes Rastafari stand out is locks. So, you know, we have really come a long way where people are wearing locks as a trend now. And some people don't really even think about where it's coming from and what other people have gone through so that you could wear it as a style. And even now, I still see some of that persecution. I still experience it, especially when I go into certain institutions. I sense, I feel that I'm different. I sense and feel that people see me different. I sense and feel that people have an expectation. They see me look a certain way, then they hear me speak and I don't sound how they expect me to sound. Or, you know, maybe I'm doing something, the business that I'm doing in this space is not something that they expect somebody with locks to be doing, you know. So there's always this surprise about who they thought I was when I walked in. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't know that I am somewhat attractive, right? And so people will look at me, especially if I have locks. Again, people will take a second look. And that is really one of the reasons why I lock my hair too, because I want people to change their idea of beauty and see our hair and the different ways that we can express ourselves through our hair texture and appreciate the beauty in it, and no longer see it as something that we can use to offend each other. Like, it doesn't offend me at all when you tell me to go and wash my locks, or why am I not going to comb my hair, or why my head stays so. Like, these are the type of comments that I get sometimes. And I'm like, my gosh, our people, we hate ourselves so much that we can't see the beauty in our own features. And it's so unfortunate for them, because I am happy. I am happy with self. I am happy with my journey. I am happy about where I am. I wish I had done this sooner. But sometimes, you know, it's just nothing before it's time. Maybe it's a good thing that this is the time when I'm doing it now. You know, and I get to see my hair go through aging with me. You know, I'm gonna see grays in my locks, and I'm looking forward to those changes. You know. So maybe me would have been too powerful back then with rocks. You know, cause my head did hot them time then, you know. So, you know, 10 years ago my head did hot. So you can imagine me with locks, thick Congo locks them time then. I respect Rastafari so much more. I respect the ones who, like my Kingman, his locks is down to the ground. Longer than him. You can stand up on a stone, it is falling below his feet. And so he's been committed to this journey for years, you know, and so he went through a lot of persecution himself because of those locks, you know. So it is a journey within a journey, and I'm giving thanks for it and all of the lessons that are coming with it as well. But overall, the response is not all negative. You know, there are some people who, a lot of people actually, you know, which I pay attention to more. The fact that a lot of people show me respect and reverence way more. You know, just the way that people talk to me, Empress, the way that they address me, Princess, all of the names, Queen, Goddess, you know, all of the things that I appreciate being called. I appreciate being called these things. I don't want nobody call me baby. You're not my man. My man don't call me baby either. So who are you to call me baby? Don't call me sexy. definitely don't call me bitch. The respect that you get from carrying yourself a certain way, I realize how important that is, and how differently people will respond to you. Men will respond to you differently when you are dressed a certain way. Yes, I know the feminists want to say, oh, a woman should wear whatever she feels like wearing, and the truth is that men are visual. They're visual beings, and so when they see a woman's body, especially a black woman's body, they're going to respond to it. They're going to respond to it. So if them like it, them are going to say them like it. Especially Jamaican men, they're very expressive, right? So it's the same thing with the hair, you know, the locks. When them see me, them know say it's respect, right? Them know say it's a journey me depend. Cause me not do this for cosmetics, right? So they know that, okay, this is a woman who is conscious of herself, conscious about how she looks, is intentional about it, right? And is walking in her truth. She's set herself aside from the norm or what they say we're supposed to look like, right? And decide to say, no, she ever look like what the creator make her to look like. Respect is due just for that. Final thing I want to share is lock hair. You know, people are concerned about the quality of their locks and the growth of their locks. And what I have suggested before, and I will suggest again, is that you pay close attention to scalp hair, because scalp, a healthy scalp determines the type of hair that comes out of your scalp, and that will determine how your hair looks and how healthy it is, how strong it is, because after that it's just maintenance. You cannot fix hair once it comes out of your scalp. What comes out is what you're going to have until it grows out, right? So it's important, scalp care, and it's important what you eat, right? Because the food that you eat also contributes to the quality of your hair. I did a video already on the type of foods that you can eat for hair growth. I'll tag it so you can watch it here. Eat for not just the hair growth, eat for the quality hair that you want as well, right? It's possible that you can improve the quality of your hair through your diet, right? Because you literally are what you eat. That's it for 2024. I don't think I'll be doing another lock update until next year again. Until then, take care of yourself, and we will link up in the next video. Alright? Later, guys.